right there, my sweethearts. How are you doing today? Are you having fun? Are you doing what brings you joy and summer that fills up your emotional cup with all the liquid emotions that bring you happiness and joy and excitement and elation? Are you having fun today? Are you doing all the things that bring you happiness? Are you seeing all the people that fill up your emotional cup? Are you taking care of? Are you taking care of yourself as well? Remember, sweethearts, your happiness, your well-being, and making sure that you're properly taken care of is as important as going out there and making sure that everyone else is equally as taken care of and happy and joyful. Have you done this for yourself today? Are you planning on doing this for yourself today? Have you eaten? Have you had yourself a glass of water? Don't forget that your needs are just as important too. Would you happen to be interested in doing a continuation of the guided shamanic meditation that I led you through the other day? Would this interest you? Hmm? Alright then, let's do this. What I want for you to do is we're going to get ourselves a bite to eat. Perhaps a sandwich, or a crisp, or a cookie, a biscuit. We're going to make sure that we have ourselves a glass of water, and we're just going to keep them to the side for a moment as we go through this meditation and we go through all the ways that you can center and ground yourself. So put them to the side and find a spot that you're comfortable in, that you're able to sit down, relax your shoulders, relax your neck, and relax all the muscles as you sit there. You breathe in, and then in a manner that allows you to let all the worry just go out in a single huff. Breathe out. Just like that. Breathe in as naturally and as free as you're able to, as you're comfortable with. Breathe in. Hold on to that air and how it makes you feel. Breathing that in. And then breathe out. All that bad air goes out and away from you to be forgot. You breathe in again, but this time imagine all the excitement, the joy, the lust for life in abundance, filling up not just your lungs, but every fiber and every ounce of your being. Every cell is filled with this life in abundance. As you hold on to that breath, imagine holding on to this lust and this joy and this excitement you have for being alive. Hold on to that and let that fill up your emotional cup. And then, as you breathe out, what I want for you to do is I want for you to imagine all of the stress and anxiety and worry and suffering that you've been going through that makes you question and makes you feel unsteady and makes you feel insecure. Imagine is going out of the bad air, out and away from you, to go into the mists, to be forgot. Let us do that again as we breathe as naturally as we can. Breathe in life abundance and happiness and joy, making us excited for this life. Hold on to that for a tack, allowing it to fill up your emotional cup as easily and as freely as it fills up your lungs. And then, as we breathe out, all the suffering and pain and woe goes out and away from us, to go out into the mists, to be forgot. One more time. Breathe in. Hold on to that for just a tick. And then breathe out. Absolutely wonderful. From here, if you remember in the last meditation, I asked you to find a place that brings you the sense of relaxation, calm, grace, serenity, tranquility. But whatever it brings you peace. It's a space that you can truly call your own, that allows you the space to decompress. What I want for you to do is I want for you to imagine being in that space again, allowing for yourself to feel all the ways that you're embraced by the sunlight, secured by a strong foundation beneath you, unique in all the ways that the horizon curves and twists and bends, the same way that you're just as intricate. The smell upon the air allows you to smell all the ways that makes you question, how good is this life? How good is this space? And the air tastes just as sweet, or just as warm, or just as cool. I want you to recenter yourself in this space and allow for yourself to feel the tranquility, the grace that this space has to offer to you. Be here. Experience your space as you remember it. Now, what I want for you to do is in this space, as you orient your senses, sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, your senses of balance, your senses of being properly upright in whichever way that you are. I want you to breathe in all of these things that make you feel at peace, at calm. Breathe this in. Breathe in the wonder and the joy that this space has to offer. It has you completely. It doesn't matter what your triumphs or your failures are. It has you. All of you. You're embraced in love. A warm, loving embrace. This space has you. As you breathe in, breathe all of this in and let it fill up every ounce and every fiber of your being. Hold on to how this makes you feel and let it fill up that emotional cup all the way to the brim. And then breathe out all the ways that the world outside of this space has made you feel insecure, anxious, you worry, you suffer, you're insecure. Imagine all of this going out with the bad air, out and away from you, into those mists, to be forgot. Let's do that again. We breathe in, knowing that we're fully supported, embraced in love here. We can truly be ourselves in the ways that we've always wanted to here, and we'll never be judged here. Breathe this in, this lust for life as you want it. Hold on to this feeling, this lust and zeal for life. Hold on to how it makes you feel and fill that emotional cup to the brim. And then breathe out all the stress and anxiety and worry and woe that you've been left with in the world outside. Let it go. Let it go out with the bad air, out and away from you, into those mists, to be forgot. One last time, you breathe in. Hold on to that feeling. And then breathe out. Absolutely amazing. From here, what I want for you to do is I want for you to open yourself up in this space to the possibility that it is its own world, that it has its own life to it, and that life can take any form that it pleases. Open up to it. And as we keep ourselves open to this world, to this life that you have in this space, allow for its life to come and go freely without you attaching yourself to it. Perhaps there are birds in the skies, cawing and sounding off in the language of their people as they do, as they flap and fly into and out of your view. Perhaps if you're outdoors, you can see a deer or a bunny or a squirrel climbing around in the trees or in the middle of the trees of a forest. Or is there a mouse just crawling around nearby? Perhaps you hear the sound of cicadas and bugs all around you. All these noises of creatures of life that help bring this space to life for you. What I want for you to do as we breathe in is I want for you to just listen to this life that you're beholding, and let it fill you up, knowing that this life that you're listening to is a manifestation of all the ways that you are alive, that no one else can touch, can hinder, can diminish. This sound of life that's in this space is just as unique as you are. Breathe this in and how it makes you feel. Let the wonder of what this life is fill you up. Let your mind wander in the curiosity of what it actually is. Hold on to it. Fill that emotional cup to the brim. There's life here. You're not exactly alone, but remember, what you're hearing is all the ways that your own life is manifesting here, populating this space, and giving you something to hold on to. Let it fill up your emotional cup. And then, as you breathe out, that all the ways that the world outside has left you feeling numb or dead or lesser than, let those feelings go out with the bad air, out and into the mists to be forgot. Let's do that again. As you breathe in the air of this space, knowing that there's life here that allows your mind to wander and lust for adventure. Breathe this in. Let it excite you. Hold on to that feeling for a tick and let it fill up your emotional cup to the brim, knowing that there is adventure here to excite you. And then, as we breathe out, let all the things that have taken adventure out of your life, taken the magic of living out and away from you, let these feelings go. Let them go out and away from you, into those mists, to be forgot. One last time, let us breathe in. Hold on to it for a tick, and then breathe out. Good. From here, what I want for you to do is I want for you to imagine yourself wandering around in this space. As you take a step, where are you heading? Don't think about where you're heading so much. Let the landscape and let the adventure naturally unfold around you. Start walking. Let the scenery unfold. Let the adventure guide itself. And then, as you continue forth a wee bit, I want you to imagine yourself asking the most important and the most relevant question that you could ever ask here. In all the ways that you've been meaning, wanting, yearning to ask, there is no such thing as a stupid question, save for the one that was never asked. Now answer them. Ask that question. Just let yourself ask that question. Put it out into this world. And then sit and wait. Allow for the natural scenery to play and to manifest as it will, naturally. Don't think about how it manifests. Just let it manifest as it will. And however this space answers you, don't try to narrate it. Just accept and allow what it offers to you in the way that it offers to you, for exactly as it is, and regardless of how it answers you. As we breathe in, I want you to breathe in, knowing that you've asked the pressing question that you've been dying to ask all this time, and that it answered you. Breathe in, knowing that the question has finally been answered. As we hold on to our breath, what I want for you to do is I want for you to sit upon what this answer is. Allow yourself to think about what this answer is, what it means for you, deep down or at the surface. And then, as you breathe out, I want for you to let the question and the fact that you've been dying to ask this question for this amount of time and not get an answer until now. I want for you to let this constant questioning go. Let it go out with a bad air, out and away from you, out and into the mist, and away from you. Again, we breathe in, knowing that we finally had a chance to ask that question, and it's been answered. Hold on to that for just a tick, knowing that the question has been answered. We sit upon what the answer is, and we think about it. And then, as we breathe out all the ways that we have been questioning, and that questioning has been unfulfilled, unsatisfied, leaving us unsatisfied, goes out with a bad air, out and away from you, into those mists, to be forgot. One last time, breathe in, hold on to that for a tick, and then breathe out. Brilliant. Now, what I want for you to do, however this question that you've asked has been answered, or if it's been answered, what I want for you to do is I want for you to continue walking. If it's not been answered, let the landscape unfold around you as it would naturally. Do not attach yourself to the narration of how it's supposed to go in your mind or how you've been led to think it should go, but let it unfold as it will, naturally. Or, if the question has been answered and the person who answered it is there with you, continue to ask questions. Continue to ask the important questions to help clarify what it is that you asked. Don't narrate, don't lead how they answer you in the way that you would. Let the answer form itself. And however it forms, let it form naturally. And then think however this question was answered and then clarified. Thank them for answering the question and then helping you understand better what this question means for you. And then turn around and walk away. As we breathe in, however this works, I want you to breathe in knowing that either the landscape itself is the answer for you, and that this peace, this tranquility, this serenity, this love, this security, the uniqueness of this space is just as profound and necessary as any answer you could get from any question you could ask. Or if your question was answered by a creature or a wee mythological person, I want you to sit upon the fact that your question was answered. I want you to focus on the fact that now that it is answered, it brings you joy knowing that it is answered. And that as you're heading back out to where you came from, the landscape is just as beautiful as it was when you got here. That it still has you completely, without judgment. That embraces you in love regardless, because you deserve it and you're worth it. I want you to think about the fact that the air is just as crisp and new as it was when you got here, and that makes you feel like you're able to go out there with renewed vigor and a lust for life. Breathe these things in. Hold on to how they make you feel. And then breathe out. Breathe out the doubt, the suffering, the pain, the constant questioning. Breathe these things out with the bad air, out and away from you, into the mists, to be forgot. Do this again. Breathe in everything that the space has to offer to you, knowing that however you asked that question, you finally got it out. And then, in its own way, this space has answered you. Breathe in the relief that asking this question offers, and then getting the answer offers. Hold on to this feeling for just a tick and allow it to fill up your emotional cup, knowing that you don't have to worry and ask anymore. And then, as you breathe out all of the ways that you've been questioning for all this time, and you finally got that answer. Breathe these unsure times out with the bad air, out and away from you, into those mists, to be forgot. Good. Finally, What I want for you to do is I want for you to return to where you entered the space in. I want you to go back to where you originally saw yourself in. Take in the scenery as it unfolds around you as you go back there, knowing that this space is beautiful, that it's peaceful here, and it is its own life. As you reach this spot, I want for you to take this last mo to breathe in all the ways that this space makes you feel calm and at peace. You have all the grace to be who and what you are. The space to expand the ways that you want to, physically or consciously. And as we hold on to that for a tick, I want for your emotional cup to be at its brim. Let this space of yours fill your emotional cup. You're loved here. You're supported here. This space renews your vigor for life. It's just as unique as you are. It's got its own life, teeming and sounding brilliant. And now it's able to answer your questions for you, or willing to answer the questions that you've been dying to ask. And imagine how this fills your emotional cup, knowing that someone out there or in here will. And then, as you breathe out, I want you to breathe out all the ways that the world outside has made you feel lesser than it makes you worry, it makes you stress, it makes you doubt, it makes you question, it makes you suffer, and it leaves you hanging more times than not. Let all of those feelings go out with the bad air, out and away from you, into the mists, to be forgot. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe in this life this space has to offer to you and how it renews your lust to live. Hold on to that feeling for a tick as it fills up your emotional cup and leaves you renewed and wanting more. And then, in all the ways that the life outside leaves you hanging, leaves you worrying, leaves you anxious and stressed, let all of these feelings go out with the bad air into the mists to be forgot. One last time. Breathe in. Hold on to that for just a tick. And then breathe out. Magnificent. We want to remind you that whoever you are, wherever you are, you will always be supported in this space. You will always be loved in this space. Come here when you want or when you need. Always, after you visit here, will your emotional cup be refilled all the way up to its brim. You will never be judged. You will never be discriminated upon or against. You will always be accepted for exactly who you are. Now, finally, what I want for you to do is I want for you to imagine yourself floating back down into your body. Allow yourself to feel the cushions or the seat that you're on if you're sitting, or if you're laying down. Imagine the mattress as you lay upon it. Feel it, the softness and the textures. Listen to the world that you inhabit. Listen to the sounds of fans and music and people outside. I want you to feel your arms and your legs and your chest and your head. Go ahead and feel the heart beating proudly in your chest. You breathe naturally and easily, free and clear. And then, when you're ready, open your eyes.